Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. Nimi Nightmare, the wonderful tapier independent VTuber. She's an English-speaking VTuber who was, of course, a part of a larger organization, a certain triangle organization, Dorito organization, whatever you want to call it. And she had left there for, you know, differences in opinion and that type of thing. Well, she has brought a little bit of a lore drop here, which says, little lore drop. This might be an unexpected thing for me to announce, but I'm getting married. Alongside streaming, having a family of my own has always been a dream of mine. I don't usually talk about my personal life, but it's something that's important to me, and it'll come up sooner or later. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you. As long as there are people cheering for me, I'll keep streaming and trying my best to make you laugh. Thank you for supporting me always, and I hope to keep VTubing through every stage of my life, even when I'm a grandma. So if you're along for the ride, I appreciate you so much. Now, this is something that, of course, absolutely every VTuber deserves. Happiness deserves, you know, to create a family if they want to. People who are going to be angry at this are, of course, they're going to do their thing. They always are. They for some reason want, you know, people to be single for a long time or want them to be their VTuber for a while. So they're still going to be your VTuber, still going to be your Nimi, still going to be Nimi Nightmare, still going to be the crazy one that's out there doing, you know, the little gremlin that's doing her things. But she found someone to love. She found someone that loves her back, and they want to spend the rest of their lives together. Of course, this is something to be happy. This is going to weed out certain people in there that weren't looking for her happiness, but instead were just looking for, you know, a certain person to watch. That's fine too, as long as you don't go and be physically angry with them. Don't try to harass them. Don't try to send any kind of negative thoughts to them, because she is having her good life now. And of course, going down here, I said, of course, when I found out about it, huge congrats. You deserve a return of support and love. Mrs. Nightmare, congratulations, Nimi. Wishing you a beautiful life ahead. Mint. Shondo. Nimi, congrats. I hope you're super duper happy together. That's amazing. Flipsy. Mama Nimi Real. Hanamiya Rika, who is, you know, we all know who she is. She says, congratulations, Nimi. And although it's late, thank you for following me. Always be cheering for you in the future. So yeah, Rika is, of course, someone who used to be a part of the Dorito company as well, if I'm not mistaken. Bow the Whale, wishing you and your future family good health and fortune. Congratulations. Rosary, Yuzu, Shylily, oh my god, happy to deserve all the happiness. I'm so happy for you. Big congratulations for you. Shoto, congrats, Nimi. A lot of Scoochan, congratulations. Mumistar, a lot of Tricky V, congratulations. Ender, Kuramiya Lucian, Straub, so happy for you. Fifi, Freem, big people. Poseidon Mythos, Bree, VTuber, congrats, happy for you. Kirana, Vivi, tons of people. Vividly SMR, tons and tons of people, big and small, showing that they are happy for what she is doing now. That is amazing, and I'm glad that the community itself sees this as a win, because it is always a win. Hell, you might even be able to get the husband Oshi, like a brand new Oshi, a Kami Oshi. The husbands are always the Kami Oshis whenever VTubers are involved, so maybe we'll get Husband Kun on there eventually. Shylily has kind of gotten into this whole thing with VShojo as well, because as you can see here, she was contacted by VShojo in the past. What I mean by contacted, she says right here that I'm going to be showing you here. Trusted my gut feeling when VShojo tried to recruit me. The contract was riddled with red flags and basically legal robbery. This makes me sick to my stomach. Please, if you can, support Mouse and the Immunodeficiency Foundation. I'm not going to use those 3 letters, because those 3 letters mean something else, of course, in the world. And, you know, you get people who are talking about all that kind of stuff as well involved. So we are going to go over some information that we have here that I was able to get separate from this whole thing here. We have some information that says that what happened to her in summer 2023, VShojo lectured her for 2 hours long in a PowerPoint presentation on how incredible VShojo is, you know, giving her 3D studio, streams, anime, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff they could do for her. They offered Shylily a fixed amount, so small it's insulting, a year, and a 50-50 split on Shylily's revenue. So they actually did want a 50-50 split on the revenue. VShojo wanted 5% of any deal Shylily makes without VShojo, even mythic deals. Shylily wants to be 0%. VShojo says we operate on trust. Just put it at 5% now, and we change it to 0% later. That type of trust. Yeah, that trust ain't happening. They say, ask VShojo to sign a non-compete against Mythic. Basically, where Mythic secured Lily as a sponsor, deal only for VShojo to go out to the sponsor directly to cut out Mythic. VShojo refused. So basically saying, VShojo, don't go behind people's backs. Don't go behind Mythic's backs, because she's a part of Mythic. Don't go behind their backs, and don't F me over. They're like, nope, we operate on trust. No need to put it on paper. Shylily accused VShojo's lawyer of being high as F during the contract negotiations. They zoned out, had no idea what clause they were talking about, what they actually was spoken about. VShojo wanted ownership of anything Shylily makes forever. Shylily asked to be specified only when she's part of VShojo, not before or after. VShojo said yes, but then stickly reverted to it in the first iteration of the actual contract. So they wanted everything. They wanted all of her rights in perpetuity, whether they were a part of VShojo or not. That is scummy. She says she wanted a clause where they can't take down her tweet. Basically, no matter what she says, they can't control that part. And it says the contract sometimes references sections, clauses that did not exist. It's a 2-year contract with no contract termination clause. Basically, yeah, more trust me, bro. They wanted VShojo's promises to provide VShojo's contract obligation to her, and also wanted payment deadlines. Once again, we operate on trust. As we know now, trust isn't worth jack squat, because 10 months down the line, some creators have not been paid at all. Shylily wanted the payment to go to the bank account first, then her accountant she hired would allocate the money. And VShojo wanted the revenue first into their bank account, and they'd take their cut and then change the money to Shylily. Now we know that is a stupid move. Now we know that that would not have worked, because they did not do that for Kason. They did not give Kason money. They did not give anyone else money. They kept the money in the bank accounts, and they screwed them over. And they even kept charity money in the bank accounts and screwed them over. So they're screwing everybody whenever they could. That is the horrible part of the situation. We have here even Matsuri, the Ero god Matsuri, can be enhanced via ray tracing technology. What are we talking about here? We're talking about RTX on and RTX off, with basically off being Matsuri as a Live 2D VTuber, and on being this woman here, the Shiho Nana, which is doing a Matsuri cosplay. Very cute Matsuri cosplay. A lot of people love it. I wonder if Matsuri herself saw it. I don't see it here, but maybe Matsuri herself saw it. This was done on April 17th. So yeah, I guarantee you Matsuri herself saw it. But yeah, just giving you a little bit of relief from all the crazy stuff that's happened. V4 Mirai is in the news, or better put, a member of V4 Mirai is in the news. Not for some bad things, definitely not for bad things, but for a project that they're having. Yae Yugiri is a member, a Giri Giri ninja living on the edge. She is a member of V4 Mirai. She's the one on the very far right, from what I understand. And she does have a project announcing big news: VTuber Umamusume competition to Mirai Kinen. The Mirai Kinen. August 1st, 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 16 Horse Girl Obsessed VTubers will raise the Umamusumes over the next days to compete in the 5 race types. Do you spot your Oshi? If you don't know, Umamusume is basically based on a manga that became an anime, that became a big hit as an anime, that has like 3 seasons, I think, right now. It became a gacha game in Japan for like, I think, 3 years or so already, and has recently, as of like a couple months ago, moved into the US sphere with a US-based mobile game slash Steam game as well. Basically, they moved the mobile game to Steam, so people like myself can play it if you don't have a phone strong enough to play it. So you raise horse girls there, and what they're doing here is that they're going to be doing, I guess, team versus team, which is a PvP. You do have that in there, where team versus teams, of course, the whales usually win a lot more than people like me that are just free players, but it is nice to see. It says, Lazuli, everybody in the Amano. Someone say horse girls and VTubers? That sounds like Green Evans started me. Hey yo, Yae cooked so hard, from the humble inquiry to potential Uma collab to this. Thank you so much. Taskaru Yae Dono. And then, of course, there we go. Of course, Ura Finale is one of those things that happens there. And then you get Umapyon, I think it's Umapyon, the song, or Umapyon. And here is, of course, on Yae Yugiri's channel, 11 days from now, and here are all of the members who are going to be a part of this. So it's going to be fun. Those games tend to be very fun. I have fun with it. I obsessed with it. I have lost so many matches with Rice Shower because for whatever reason, they always put Meijiro McQueen against me or Murazensky against me or for freaking Mihono Bourbon. They like, especially Meijiro McQueen. She just at the last second, zoom, I'll be in first place, and she just zooms by me to destroy my chances. And every single time I've had to use, you know, the redos. And then at the end, I get screwed even before I even get to Arima Kinen, which is the last match for Rice Shower. Did a really good run recently. And yeah, I got destroyed at the last second. It really does suck. But it's very fun either way, trying to train your Umamusumes. So good luck to them. I know it's going to be very fun for the people watching. And I know they themselves are going to have lots of fun. Sony Music Vee, here showing in their official account, their official Twitter account, is basically virtual talent development and management. It's a VTuber organization, pretty much. They had to do virtual talent, say virtual talent and all that kind of stuff instead of saying VTuber, because not everyone knows what a VTuber is. So it is a musically based VTuber talent thing. It says virtual talent audition begins. That is why I'm talking about it today. V has officially started accepting applications to the virtual talent audition. We eagerly await applications from everyone seriously aiming to make their dreams come true. And of course, for a lot of people, they do wish to be in a VTuber agency. Please check the details on the dedicated website down below. And this is VTuber here. VTuber auditions has happened. It started happening actually June 26th. So this has been open for a while. And it's just basically, I just found out about it today. That's why I'm talking about it today. Just found out about it today myself. And it looks like the VTuber auditions are still happening from what I can see here. Let me just double check. And yes, you can still have your entry here. The precautions: cannot respond to inquiries about the selection status after the application and selection results. Cannot accept direct materials. Results will only be communicated to those who pass. No audition participation fee or selection fee or anything like that. Transportation expenses to the venue, etc. when you actually are going for the final ones. When a minor applies, please apply with consent to the parent. Consent forms and stuff like that. It's good that they're allowing things like that to happen. It's much harder for minors to be in there because, well, the VTubing space is a weird one. But if it's just for music, it's perfectly fine. It's something totally different. Submitted application materials information will not be used for any purpose other than what it is there. And of course, you document its greeting, multiple appropriate examinations, interviews, and step 3 is debut. Now, 16 years old and older, which because it is Japan, that is like the minimum age of consenting, period. In the sense of they can consent for themselves. Of course, the parents give the full-on consent, but they can consent themselves in order to be able to even go in there and even apply, period. Now, it doesn't actually say the entry period, from what I can tell. It doesn't actually say when it will end, but as you can see here, you go through your gender, you go through all these other questions that you have here. When is it going to be done? The fact that you can see this here as of July 21st, when I'm taking a look at this, you can, of course, see that, yes, something is popping up. Yes, they do have auditions available. And if you are a Japanese-speaking VTuber or Japanese-speaking person, you can possibly join their wonderful organization. A little thing to add, in case people didn't know, I did find out in other places that from here, you got Kujo Ringo, Oshiro Ito, Yurikawa Yun, Anshin Misa, and an art sister of Fubuki, Aomiya Yozuri, all were a part of this before they went indie. So they have some VTubers who have been pretty successful on their own as indies, be a part of them before they split off. Sony Music Vee, of course, is a more, like I mentioned, music-oriented one. So all these VTubers were music-oriented at one point in time. Just wanted to add that as kind of like a post-edit type of thing. Coming to you fast with Cappuccino Assassino from Zen-san or Zen-jar. I do these things on occasion when I find something interesting, when I find something that goes on there and, is something cool. This is Biboo's Devil May Cry arc. One of the more recent things that, has been done when it comes to her outfits. And, of course, there's a sword that she finally pulled out. And all the swipes, all the movements that the sword has. Of course, it's kind of like in a more anime-esque style. Very, very well done by this artist here, Zen-san. And, of course, down here, no effect version. So they did the effects and no effect. I guess in case if you want to have that and do things as well, like put it on background, put it on different places. People can definitely Photoshop that stuff. And then you have Zen-san as well with other things. Who will win if she fights Tung Sahur? We don't know. Pretty beautiful art. It is an amazing, beautiful art. Amazingly well done. And that's what I like showing you guys. I like showing you guys these things because, oh boy, the news can get to you after a while. So a little bit of a break here. Variance Project, or Variance Pro, recently announced their Equilibrium debut. And of course, recently they had their Equilibrium debut. They announced it in June. And now Katya Sable is there. They have been around since December of 2024. So this is a newer one. Katya Sable, Chapter 1, the owner of Sableton's Casino, head of the Kairon Information Guild. Or Kairon Information Guild. And there you go. She reminds me a lot of, I believe, Dia Fortuna. Kind of reminds me of her a bit, because, you know, the dealer, that type of, you know, aesthetic, and very nice. They do have an intro.
Kairon Empire.
That's very nice that they have this. I really do like this. I like when they have these things.
Time passing, you will become the next head of the
So yeah, go and watch the actual debut to see everything. But I just want to go over a little bit more, you know?
So, this is the roulette wheel. I would like you to place your bets on the colors of the wheel.
So she had a little bit of audience participation here, where, you know, it would stop at a certain one. It would stop at 8.
It landed on black. Stress.
And there you have cards as well. I like when they do this. I like when they do the interactive parts.
Office.
A little bit of interactive there. And of course you have the intro parts where you will actually have, you know, introduction parts where they let you know what they like, what they don't like. Fan name, if they have it. Favorite colors, if they have it. Maybe do you like that? All those kind of questions. They have that there. And of course a different, under, you know, without the vest, the actual shirt underneath it, which is also very nice. And there is everything there. Also, a little bit of you know, elf vibe, of course, with ears and everything. Very nicely done. A good design. Expressive enough. You don't have to be super expressive, but expressive enough. Then we have Fancy Fido, who is a VTuber that I have done a VTuber showcase on pretty darn recently. I think it was about like 28 or 30 VTuber showcases back. So I do a lot of them. I do usually around 2 a day, 1 or 2 a day minimum. So it's been a bit, but I didn't even know she was going to be joining Variance Pro, but I'm glad that she did. I'm glad she's there, and I'm glad she's in a new space that is going to help her grow. So this is the intro, of course, the starting soon screen. It goes on for a bit. This is just the debut is very short. The debut here was just this. Had a lot of fun with her parents. Some more imagination stuff. Oh, it looks like her father was part of the Night Corps, or a police officer, or some kind of person protecting the good of people. He had to go.
Help! Please! Real work can begin.
Oh, she ended up going to the same academy, that type of stuff. So, yeah, we have a little bit of that. And she did have a very, very, very short debut stream. So let's see if we can see her her longer debut stream section here. So there we go. I think maybe she had a bit of let's just say scuff that happened. I think it was more scuff than anything. And here you go, some little intro parts. Basically
You did a really good job finding me.
A kind of visual novel type of thing there first. And there you go.
We can be partners. Yeah, we can be partners. I mean, would you like to be my partner, chat?
Of course they would.
You can. Some
detective.
of them are troublemakers. Some of them are not very good at following the law. Some of them are not very good at following Zaiten law.
So there's hers. And of course, lastly, we do have Leia Memoria. Last but not least, she is May the Goddess Bless Your Day, Memory Keeper of Variance Project Chapter 1. And here we go. Let's take a look at her debut. And all of them have lore
What
videos,
if
which is
someone
amazing.
too precious to forget. Memory restoration. From days to weeks to months, years, and even decades, Leia toiled with numerous experiments and techniques.
Where you were. Okay, I'm gonna help you out a little bit here. I'm gonna hold your hand. Come with me. I'm gonna hold your hand because I think we're gonna get stuck here for a while. That way. Let's see. Well, I think you just looped around the thing again. So straight, all right. I think you just looped around again. Straight, straight. There we go. New area. Let's go.
So it's nice to see that they've all gotten their moment to shine. They've all gotten a lore video. Good, well-made assets, well-made VTuber personas. I think Fangzy, like I mentioned, was one of the only ones that had been there for a while. It joined December 2024, joined December 2024 as well. But Fangzy did have some content before debuting as, well, at least that I was aware of, before debuting for Variance Pro. So it is an interesting thing. Fangzy is the only one that I knew of beforehand, but like I said, I did have them for a VTuber showcase because I do those for, you know, smaller VTubers, and I was not aware that she was going to be Variance Pro. So I am so glad that each and every one of the girls did get their time to shine, and they did the debut 2.0s and everything like that, which I'm not going to cover, of course, but they did have their time to shine. I'm very, very glad to cover this. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, types, everything in between. I do this because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a good space for VTubing. So, of course, let us continue on today with Shira O, Haru, comfy VTuber artist who's a bit awkward, and let's take a look here. Haru, my name is Shira, and I'm a VTuber artist. I do comfy chatting, art streams occasionally, and play games, casual games with friends, and things like that. So let's take a look at some of the casual games that they have played. The heck? Totally normal behavior.
Don't ask me anything, so I don't know.
Some fun stuff, some fun times. Wanted to show that to you. And of course,
I don't know.
this is their YouTube side over here with some of the videos they have here. Some things, all of them end up being, you know, their chatting streams, their streams overall as VODs. Instead of, you know, doing it live on stream here, they're doing it VODs, which is perfectly fine. Because as you know, Twitch is not very good as, it's a VOD killer. Twitch isn't very good at keeping VODs around. So, of course, thank you so much, Shiro, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.